Hi everyone, welcome to Tag Tuesday. Today I am doing the BookTube cat tag. So we have a special guest. Hopefully she's not gonna run away. I'm sure she's not. She's just making herself comfortable. But today's book tag is all about truffles. All right, so welcome to Book Talks with Miss Thomas. If you are new here, I am Miss Thomas. I like talking about books and all things relevant to books. And thank you for joining us. Please click the subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back. Well, it's as if Truffles knows she's the topic of today's video. Look at her, doesn't she look dignified? Let me see if I can zoom in on her a little bit without dropping the phone. Okay, so I got this idea from Criminali. He did a really fantastic video about his cat, and he said, anybody with a cat, you can go ahead and do this video. Now, I believe he was tagged by someone who did the video for a dog. So you don't have to specifically have a cat. You can do this video about any pet. So Truffles is my pet. I actually have two cats, but she's my BookTube pet because the other one doesn't come out as often. So question number one is simply tell us about your cat. Truffles is my baby girl. She's just been with us since she was a little bitty kitten, and she enjoys being in the videos. If you guys have watched quite a few of my videos, you've seen Truffles in quite a few videos because she's just always around. I think she's hilarious and adorable. And I don't know, I just call her my baby girl. She's my baby girl. And the question number two is, what would be your cat's favorite book? And I asked my kids this too. I gave them a little bit of a vote in this, and we all agreed unanimously it would be some sort of cookbook. I think maybe Southern Living because she likes decadent things. We named her Truffles when she was a kitten, but she's just always been somebody who likes really rich foods and decadent foods. Whenever I eat, it's so cute. She comes up right next to me. My husband teases her and says, well, you've never missed a meal, have you, Truff? But whenever I eat anything, she comes right up to me and I give her a little sample. So she is a cat that enjoys people food. I hope that doesn't make a lot of animal lovers angry. I'm of the philosophy that, she should live to her fullest and enjoy life. And I know that that's not healthy eating. She does eat healthy foods. She has cat foods and all kinds of treats, but she likes people food. And I only give her a little taste of everything I eat. Unless it's something she can't have. Like, I don't think she can have chocolate. I don't give her chocolate. Okay. Oh, and another book that she likes. This is my husband's book, but it's on the coffee table, and she just loves to lay on this book. So my husband has this on our coffee table, and she thinks it's comfortable for some reason. She always lays on it. And it's funny, I'll tell you a little funny thing about Truffles. My husband is a really big Raider fan. He loves the Raiders. And he has one of those little Raider plastic footballs. You get them from like gumball machines. And he has it on his nightstand. And when I clean, I move the furniture and vacuum behind it. And my husband said, I can't find my Raider football. I think you misplaced my Raider football last time you vacuumed. And I kept saying, no, I know better than to move your Raider football. I didn't touch your Raider football. So he finally found it under the nightstand. And he said, I told you, I think it fell off the nightstand when you were vacuuming. And I said, no, I'm telling you I didn't. Well, then the next time the two of us were in the bedroom, Truffles looks right at him, and she runs over to the nightstand and she bats the football right off the nightstand like, I did that. I thought it was adorable. He did not. But anyway, okay, so question number three, the first letter of your cat's names, like all the letters, an acrostic poem is what that's called when you take the first letter, you take a letter from a word and you make something else. So Truffles would spell, which books that I would recommend. I'm going to make it books I would recommend. By the way, this is an animal print shirt. I did that on purpose. Meow. Okay, so T, I chose The Language of Flowers because that's just a really good book that I read a long time ago. So I can't give you the particulars right now, but I remember that it was about a girl who grew up in foster care, and then when she became 18, she tried to make a life for herself, and she had some problems communicating with people, her true emotions. And so she often did that through flowers. She liked the meaning behind different flowers. Really recommend that book. So that would be T. Ruth, I'm going to go with, or R, I'm going to go with the book of Ruth in the Bible because I love the story of Ruth and Naomi and Boaz. I think as far as people who like romance stories, the book of Ruth is to me the ultimate romance story. So I'm going to do that one for R. You, Unlocked by Karen Kingsbury. Just begun it. I'm not real far in yet, so I can't tell you a lot. Hopefully a review is on the way, but that one's You, Unlocked by Karen Kingsbury. F would be Finlay Donovan is Killing It. I loved that book. That was a hilarious little adventure about a woman who was mistaken for a contract killer, and she gets mixed up in this murder, and it's just a farce. It's really silly and fun. I really loved it. It had some fun characters, of women who get into just crazy messes. Elle, the Librarian of Boone's Hollow. I finished that this summer and I loved it. That's the story of a girl who loses her college education because of the crash in the stock market. Her family can't afford the tuition, and she ends up delivering books on horseback to people in an impoverished community because of a grant from, FDR. And that was a lovely book about a girl trying to make her way in on her own during World War II. And it was just lovely. It had nothing objectionable, and everyone was just really enjoyable. And I really loved that book. Okay, E, I'm gonna go with Water for Elephants. I know that's cheating a little bit because E is not W, but I liked Water for Elephants, and I never talk about that book very often. But it was a book that I enjoyed about a guy who was elderly, and he used to work in a circus, and he's reflecting on his life as an elephant trainer. And I know it was turned into a book with a movie with Reese Witherspoon. I never saw the movie. Just from the trailer, I felt like the movie was making a big deal out of the romance with Reese Witherspoon, which there was a romance in the book, but to me, the book was more about the way we mistreat elderly people or people who don't fit into our box, and that sort of paralleled the mistreatment of the animals and even the people in the circus. And to me, it was a really deep, powerful book. And maybe the movie does that as well, but when I saw the trailer for the movie, I felt like maybe it had been reduced to a romance, and I could be wrong, and I apologize if I'm wrong because I didn't watch the movie, and I admit that. But I thought that the book was profound. I really enjoyed the book. I know it's a little bit crass. It wouldn't be a Philippians 4 book, but I enjoyed it. Okay, how about S? I'm going to go with The Silent Patient. That's the story of a therapist. I guess he's a psychiatrist, because I think the difference is a psychiatrist can prescribe medicine. He's a psychiatrist that is a doctor for a woman who has stopped talking after her husband was killed, and everyone thinks that she killed her husband. And she paints. She's a painter, and she communicates through her painting. And so this psychiatrist allows her to start painting again, and we start to find out the story of her husband and her husband's murder. And it was just a really good book. I think that the sequel was even better, The Maidens, but I definitely would recommend The Silent Patient and The Maidens. I think the author's name is Alex Michaleides. I'm not sure. I'll put it up. Okay, number 4. Oh, because that's truffles. That spells truffles. Truffles, that's your name in books. It's your name in books? Yeah. Hi. She didn't like that. Okay, number 4. What is your cat's relationship with books? Truffles thinks that books are very comfortable. Anything that I find interesting, Truffles wants to lay on. She just, if I'm reading something, as soon as I put it down, she's going to lay on it. And I have a picture of her. I'll put the picture up where she's laying on my books. It was right after a book haul and I had these books spread out and she plopped right down on them. And that sort of became her signature photograph in some of the Truffles videos. She has her own playlist, by the way, on my channel. So I do shorts that involve Truffles, and then I put all my shorts on the Truffles playlist. I mean to change that playlist to Book Talks with Truffles and other shorts because, you know, that's her playlist. Okay, let's see. Number 5, what is your favorite book with a cat? So I am going to go with an ARC, although it's published now, but it was a book that I got from NetGalley, and it's called Death by Beach Read by, Ava Gates. I did write the author's name. I really enjoyed that book, and I especially enjoyed the cat. The cat was named after Charles Dickens, and he just, you know, didn't like certain characters and just seemed to know a little bit more than some of the human characters in the book, and I really enjoyed the character development of Charles Dickens in Death by Beach Read. Number 6, find a book on your shelf with a cat on the cover. So in my office at work, I have graphic novels for Garfield. So I'll just put a Garfield graphic novel here. And my oldest son loved the Warriors books when he was younger. So I'll put some Warriors books up here too. The Warriors books are in my son's room, and I'm not going to go through his stuff. And the Garfield books are in my office, but I do own those books and they have cats. So find a book on your TBR that has the word cat in the title. Okay, so this, I struggled with this one, I'm not gonna lie. I do love cats, but I just didn't have a lot of books with cats. And so I found that I enjoy drawing cats in my Bible. Bible journaling is something that I've discovered on paperbacks and ponytails. And actually, Amanda and Book Lover Amanda did a video as well. I never heard of such a thing. And I saw it on Katie's channel, and I went out and bought a Bible that I own Bibles, but I bought a Bible that I could journal in and color in. And I found that I like drawing cats. So here's one cat. Now I traced this. I'm no artist. I traced this particular cat. And then there's another cat that I drew, and I think this is a cartoon character. I found this on, I just Googled coloring pages with cats, and I think it's like a character from something, and I traced it in my Bible, and I just thought it was cute. And I think it's a huffy cat. I think it looks like a huffy cat. And the verse in Psalm 64, it begins with, "Hear me, my God, as I voice my complaint." I think of cats when I think of complaints too. Truffles, she acts laid back, but when we go out of town, or, you know, if she doesn't get her way, oh my goodness, can I just tell you really quick? The vet, she hates the vet. And I said to the vet, I said, you should see some of my videos. You wouldn't recognize her, because when the vet comes around, she's a completely different cat. And my children think it's so funny, because one time I said to the vet, she never acts like this. And the vet said, she acts like this every time I'm here. But this is how you guys see her. But when the vet's around, she's like this wild, angry animal. So anyway, let's see. Oh, that's it. So the next question is, who would you like to tag? And I thought about it. I know Bill Rittenberg has a dog, so if he'd like to do this tag. Amanda has a cat named Peanut. Alice has a cat named Harry. Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Amanda, Book Lover Amanda, and Bill Rittenberg, I think is Rittenberg Reads. And then Stacy at Christian Reads and Classics has chickens, so I don't know if she'd like to do a video about chickens. Nikki at Red Dot Reads has a dog, and Gina Stanier, I think it's Gina Stanier Books is what she calls her channel. She is a foster mom to lots of cats, so we see cats on her channel. Oh, Shelley Swearingen has a dog named Harry too. So anyone with a pet, you are welcome to do this tag. I'm I've named a few that I can think of, but please, please feel free to do this. I think it's a lot of fun. And thank you, Ollie, for doing this video because I love my cat and happy to talk about her. Bye for now.